us on Assets Television News. I am Eugenia Solomon. First, the headlines. Coalition passed no confidence vote on Governor Otu. Southern and Middle Belt leaders expressed concerns over insecurity. Federal government begins implementation of national health policy. In other news, in detail. Coalition of People's Democratic Party PDP support group in Cross River State has passed a vote of no confidence on Governor Basi Otu over what they described as a 2 years abysmal performance. Leading members of the coalition at a press conference in Abuja, Nugent Ekamon said, backed by data from National Bureau of Statistics, Governor Otu has not addressed the needs of the people of Cross River State.
Today, by the grace of God, enough is enough for Cross River State. Cross River State has been known for a peaceful state, a most delivered state in terms of green grass, in terms of beautifulness, beauty, in terms of peace, in terms of whatever you need. Cross River has been number one. But as we speak today, we are nowhere because of the leadership.
He said Cross River State has dropped to 29th position in primary education ratio with high rate of unemployment. He advised PDP members in the state to start the process of taking over the reins of power in 2027. A group, the Southern and Middle Belt Leaders Forum, has expressed displeasure over the state of insecurity in some parts of the country. Well, to this end, the group urged President Bola Tinubu to be more proactive in the protection of lives and property of Nigerians, saying Nigeria should not be left alone to become a banana republic. This was contained in a communique jointly issued by Oba Oladipo Olaiton Afenifere, Dr. Beatrice Pogo, Middle Belt Forum, Senator John Azuta Mbata, Ohaneze Ndibo, and Ambassador Godknows Igali Pandeb, and made available to reporters in Akure, Ondo State. According to the communique, the group said it was obvious that the federal government had failed Nigerians in the area of security, demanding a more serious approach to combat the menace and check the activities of criminal herdsmen who were allegedly killing people in Benue State. The Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Owan Eno, on Thursday, 19th June 2025, represented President Bola Tinubu at the 65th Annual General Meeting and Investiture Ceremony of the Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture in Ilorin, Kwara State. The event, themed around strengthening economic development through enterprise, innovation and collaboration, was graced by key stakeholders in governance and industry. Senator Eno reiterated the administration's renewed commitment to economic transformation anchored on a robust public-private sector synergy. He emphasized that the government is intentionally building a Nigeria where businesses, both small and large, can flourish with confidence, transparency, and global competitiveness. Assets Television News will return after the breather. Don't go away. Thank you for being there. If you are just joining us, you are watching the news on Assets Television. Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has charged media practitioners to consider national unity in the course of discharging their duties. General Olufemi, who gave the charge at a 2-day training workshop for journalists, was represented by the Director General, Nigerian Army Heritage and Future Center, Major General Gbemiga Adeshina. The Chief of Army Staff reassured that the Nigerian Army will proactively collaborate with the media to build trust and cooperation in pursuing national security.
The media is also explicitly charged with the responsibility of providing the public with timely and useful information about the events in their country. There is therefore always the need to avail the people with valuable information that are not detrimental to national security. In this regard, the onus lies on the complexity of balancing the military act with responsible reportage to keep the people secured. That is why the Nigerian Army is striving to strike a strategic balance between the protection of law-abiding citizens, national security, and the rights of the media to disseminate information.
On his part, the Chief of Civil Military, Nigerian Army, said the training serves as an academic exercise to educate journalists on reporting military operations.
The media has indeed become a key enabler as it continues to shape public perception, including issues of national security. The current security landscape of our country necessitates a multifaceted and whole-of-society approach to tackle the ever-evolving threat therein. As such, it becomes imperative that the military and the media build mutual understanding rooted in trust, accuracy, and balanced reporting. The military affairs training is an initiative in furtherance of the Nigerian Army's commitment to enhancing civil-military relations and fostering a more informed, professional, and secure information environment. The
Nigerian Army says it strives to strike a strategic balance between protecting law-abiding citizens, national security, and the media's right to disseminate information. The Senator for Zamfara West, Abdulaziz Yari, has assured Nigerians that President Bola Tinubu is not the type of leader who makes empty threats, expressing confidence that the president would pursue those responsible for the recent killings in Yelwata, Benue State, and bring them to justice. In a release, Yari, the Senate Committee Chairman on Water Resources, condemned what he described as the gruesome murder of innocent and harmless citizens. He also advocated for a whole-of-society approach to combat insecurity. He described the Benue massacre as devastating, noting that the president has not only shown responsible and responsive leadership by identifying with the people of Benue and visiting the state, but on-the-spot actions that he took were marks of a hands-on leader. He urged the people to also see the security of the society as their business and responsibility. Stakeholders in the health sector have called for increased awareness to ensure early detection and treatment of kidney cancer in Nigeria. They made the call in Abuja at a symposium to mark the 2025 World Kidney Cancer Day. The event was organized by the Move Against Cancer Africa, a volunteer-based NGO that champions campaign and education on cancer-related issues across Africa. The senior consultant oncologist, National Hospital Abuja, and chairperson, Cancer Committee, Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Uchechukwu Shagaya, said though kidney cancer was considered rare in Nigeria, there was a need for awareness. Shagaya listed some of its symptoms to include blood in urine, lower back pain, difficulty in passing urine, and foamy urine, amongst others. According to the stakeholders, early detection of kidney cancer is crucial as it improves treatment outcomes and survival rates. They noted that though kidney cancer was often asymptomatic in its early stages, raising awareness about potential symptoms and risk factors, along with advocacy on regular screenings, was imperative. The federal government has begun the implementation of the national policy on health workforce migration. This was by the president of the Nigerian Medical Association, Professor Bala Audu, who noted that the federal government has launched a housing scheme for healthcare workers across the country as part of the implementation of the policy. In August 2024, President Bola Tinubu approved the national policy on health workforce migration to address the challenges facing Nigeria's health human resources. The coordinating minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, who disclosed the development, noted that the policy was more than just a response to the ongoing exodus of healthcare professionals, but a comprehensive strategy to manage, harness, and reverse health workers' migration. And now, Omike Matthew brings us sports update.
The Professional Footballers Association on Friday announced the Men's Player of the Year award nominees for the 2024-2025 season. Liverpool's talisman Mohamed Salah is the big favourite to win the prize after scoring 29 times in the league. Salah has won it twice in the past, in the 2017-2018 and 2021-2022 campaigns. 5 other players were also voted by their peers following the conclusion of last season. They include Salah's red teammates Alex McAllister, who enjoyed a fine season as they won the Premier League title. Arsenal midfielder Declan Rice has been included following an impressive second year with the Gunners. The shortlist is rounded off by Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, and Chelsea playmaker Cole Palmer. This year's winner will be unveiled on August 19 during a ceremony at Manchester Opera House. Igor Jesus scored the winner as Botafogo stunned Champions League winner Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 on Thursday night in the Club World Cup. PSG have been unbeaten in any competition since May 3. But the Ligue 1 giants failed to make their dominance count against the South American champions. Lastly, a training camp for the Senegalese women's basketball team in the U.S. has been scrapped, with the West African nation's prime minister saying he cancelled it because some of the squad were denied U.S. visas. Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko said the team would now train in Senegal's capital Dakar in a sovereign and conducive setting. It comes amid reports that the U.S. plans to impose fresh travel restrictions on 25 more African countries, including Senegal. Earlier this month, the U.S. announced a ban on citizens from 12 countries, including 7 from Africa. There were also partial travel restrictions on nationals from a further 7 countries, with 3 from Africa. And that's the sports. I am Omike Matthew.
And with that sports update, we end the news. Do well to follow us on all our social media handles for more updates and programs. On behalf of the entire news crew, I am Eugenia Solomon. Thank you for watching.